Hello, we're back, and we're talking about more Star Trek: The Next Generation, which, yeah, we're going to be doing for a while, because, guess what? This is the era of just Star Trek Next Generation. There are no other shows being aired in Star Trek. It's just like, nah, there's nothing else, mate. We've got Star Trek, The Next Generation, and, I don't know, probably some repeats of TOS. Yeah, this isn't what we're like, what we're used to now, where we've got like Strange New Worlds, Prodigy, well, maybe Prodigy, who knows? Discovery, Strange New Worlds, Prodigy, like Lower Decks. I'm sure I'm missing one. Picard, we've had Picard. It's insane the amount of stuff. Whereas this is like, nah, you get a season of Star Trek this year, and we get a season of Star Trek: The Next Generation, and that is your lot. If you want more, you can watch. You can basically, I guess, get comic books, audiobooks, all the kind of crazy stuff. But yeah, that's enough digression. Let's talk about The Last Outpost, which is season 1, episode 5 of this TNG. So let's go into it a bit. This is the first episode of the Ferengi. Ferengi were originally considered to be kind of the Klingons. Well, what the Klingons were for TOS, the Ferengi were going to be for TNG. As we all know, that never happened. In part because of this episode. The Ferengi were never really, no one ever really going, well, no, they're threatening. Oh, we gotta watch out for those guys. Yeah, no one ever really thought that for the Ferengi. Yeah. No, I don't think no one ever was like, oh no, the Ferengi were a big threat. And there are definitely odd episodes in this where I'm a bit ahead of what I'm reviewing at the moment, but yeah, there's odd like references to the Ferengi in other scripts, and you're like, oh, you guys thought, yeah, guys definitely thought this was going to be a thing, didn't you? And yeah, no, it took TOS a few attempts to get to TNG, a few attempts to get to the proper villain, obviously being the Borg. It's one of the Q episodes, isn't it, when we first saw him? Yeah, it's one of the Q episodes. I can't remember which one off the top of my head. And I think there were... Oh no, yes, it's in season 3? Could be wrong. I can't remember. No, season 2. Like, season 2 ends with, like, the big threat of the Borg, like, on the horizon. But you don't really get much payoff until like season 3. I could be wrong. I'm going to talk about this episode. I'm on a huge tangent. Yeah, we have the Enterprise, which is in pursuit of the Ferengi vessel. Ooh, sorry, I just see on. I'm looking at Memory Alpha. Give myself a recap of this. Tars the Marauder, Decorator class. Oh, can we admit, like, there's some really cool, like, early Ferengi designs. Like, their ships look so cool. Yeah, the ship just looks fucking cool. I'm not a big fan of the red color, but it looks such cool, like, design. But yeah, they're hot in pursuit because they've stolen a T9 energy converter. Which is a thing. So I'm just also looking at Memory Alpha. Memory Alpha is tells me about the T9 energy converter. It basically mentions this episode, and that is it. There is nothing else about it. I don't think we even see the T9 energy converter. Yeah, we don't even see it. We don't even fucking see it. I don't even enter. I can't remember even if we get that back. But basically, the two ships kind of get locked. in place over this planet. It does. I don't think it's yeah. In the Delphi Orodu system. Oh yeah, Outpost 63. Okay, yeah. Okay. So yeah, they get trapped off, and that's pretty much like the first quarter. Well, the first quarter of an hour is like them attempting stuff and failing. Like they basically try and warp super fast, and they're just stuck. They're outright stuck, which is kind of impressive tech for a race that's been long extinct. As this long extinct race on this planet, who we'll get to into. So I quite like. I'm not gonna lie. I quite like this this race. They're pretty cool. But yeah, I quite like the Outpost guard, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. So yeah, we basically they try a whole bunch of stuff, don't get free, and eventually like, well, I guess we'll talk to the Ferengi. Who, yeah, we don't, I guess for budgetary reasons, the Ferengi officer is in the void. He's in like a white void. Which, I don't know, they didn't even bother to do like give him a background, because sometimes they'll have, in a lot of like TOS and TNG particularly, where they don't want to show the ship, or show anything on the ship, they'll give the person a background at least, not just the white void, because it looks very strange. I don't know if they didn't want to lock themselves in for a design, or I'm pretty sure it's probably just budgetary reasons. They're just like, yeah, no, mate, we ain't got any money. We spent all on this Ferengi ship. Look at it. Fuck, it looks cool, doesn't it? It's just like, yeah, we spent all on that cool-ass design. Yeah. No. They get stuck. So they basically... yeah, was it? They kind of get into a bit of where they like, hey, you'll surrender the energy converter, and it's like, you guys are both stuck. We'll then eventually agree to beam down to the planet. Not before we see Data trapped in a Chinese finger trap, or finger puzzle. Because which is something I don't think I've ever seen one in real life. You know, it's one of the things where I've seen them. I've seen them a lot in media, but I don't think I've ever seen them had one in real life. Anyway, yeah, they beam down to the planet. Our landing party gets separated. I think just general interference, which happens a lot. Yeah, so that's that thing. Sometimes people can't beam down because of interference. You can beam down, but then they get separated because reasons. And eventually our team connect up. It's like Data, Tasha Yar, Riker, and Worf. We'll beam down to the planet. We have like 3 Ferengi. I think it's like, yeah, Riker meets Data. I think then they meet up with Worf, and then eventually Tashiar saves the day because she's got a phaser. And the Ferengi have the weird whip things, because of course they do. I think this is something that's like I think it's in Lower Decks. Yeah, no, it's definitely in Lower Decks, but I don't think we ever see the weird whip thing again in TNG's like entire run. Sure, we don't see it. It just doesn't exist. It's just like, nope, what weird whip thing? I know what you're talking about. So yeah. They beam down. They get stuck. There's a bunch of crystals around. We're gonna go, ooh, pretty crystals. And it's I think what they dubbed like Planet Hell. So this one looks a little bit better. there's a lot of TNG where they beam down to a cloudy, misty, foggy planet, which, yeah, I believe they dubbed it just Planet Hell, where they want to beam down to somewhere that's kind of nondescript, kind of, yeah, kind of very red browny colors, generally maybe some purple sky. Yeah, it's just Black Planet Hell, but this one's got crystals. So at least there's something different there. And oh yeah, the on the Enterprise, basically all their power's being drained by the planet. So we kind of see everyone huddled together. Some good scenes, like where Crusher is basically yeah, wonder if she should sedate Crusher. Crusher should wonder if she should can't do it. If she should sedate Wesley. There we go. I can get my words out now. Or whether he should basically, yeah, create death. It's just like, what? Which is, yeah, I guess pretty dark. But yeah, now we have everyone is basically reliant on our way crew because they can't really do shit. And yeah, we finally get to see the Guardian of the Con Empire. I'm bad with remembering how to pronounce things. Like an ancient civilization. Which I don't know if they're ever referenced to. Yeah, and I can see some stuff on Memory Alpha that's like, ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, man. Ooh. Yeah. Anyway, interesting. Yeah, we meet a Guardian who's basically kind of challenges both kind of parties, and because everyone is very Starfleetian, like our crew is very, you know, kind of the very honourable. It's just like eventually the poor yeah, I'm bambling. I'm bambling. The poor Guardian eventually goes, nah, you guys are right. You guys are right. What should we do with the Ferengis? Like, let them go. They gotta learn. One day they'll learn. One day they'll learn to stop being Ferengi and, you know, let their women wear clothes. And yeah, they kind of all releases both ships. Goes, oh shit, my bad. I can't believe our entire race is gone. Well, that sucks. Damn, that rather sucks. Oh well. Yeah, and then let them go, and the Ferengi get going, but they also not before Riker beams across beams across a bunch of Chinese finger traps onto the Ferengi ship. Say goodbye and have fun with those. Because yeah. Yeah, I think this is not a good episode. I think with hindsight, now that we know where the Ferengi go, it's bad. I think it's bad in general. Even if you don't know, the Ferengi never seem to be a threat in any way. Honestly, they're just like a kind of goblinish imps that just kind of run around. You just say, they're just not good. They're not good villains. Yeah, it's not a good episode overall. I think my favorite thing is like the actual kind of the portal guardian, basically. I think he's kind of cool, and where they finally just starts talking to Riker, and Riker talks about like Sun Tzu and stuff like that. And he's like, "Oh, well, that sounds quite interesting. I'd like to know more about that. We should trade and talk about those kind of things." And I quite like the portal keeper. After that, like he's a fun character, and I would like more of him, but obviously I understand why there's not. Yeah, the Ferengi just it's just annoying overall. I mean, this is also the first time we see Armin Chimmerman as a Ferengi who would eventually go on to play Quark in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, but that's a while away. Just like it's just not good. Just the Ferengi just never seem to be a threat. They have a cool ship, and apparently their ships are like, I think almost comparable to a Galaxy class ship. Obviously, if they can kind of outrun them, which is, well, at least the Enterprise can match speed with them. It's pretty impressive. But yeah, it's just the problem is you know where the Ferengi go, and this tries to make them a threat, and you're like, no, you're not a threat in any way. No one is ever threatened by the Ferengi. I'm sorry, but they must have just had really good hype men for everyone to be like, oh, we gotta watch out for those Ferengi. I said it's only like the last like 5-10 minutes where I actually like the kind of portal keep, and that's the best part. Otherwise, bad episode. But that's enough rambling about that episode. It's not good. But I think I'm gonna sign off there. And the next episode we're gonna watch is Where No One Has Gone Before. So look forward to that. Because I used the same line. Because now that it's no one rather than no man in the original title, which can be a bit sexist, but also does refer to man as human. But I kind of understand the whole get rid of the kind of man part of it. But because there's an episode that's called Where No Man Has Gone Before in TOS. This is Where No One Has Gone Before. So we'll watch that, and we'll discuss it. For now, I say live long and prosper, and I'll see you next time for more Star Trek: The Next Generation.